Hello, welcome to Ansel YouTube. Today I'm going to read a story. The Olympians versus the Titans. This tale features giants with lots of arms getting locked underground and drawing straws to choose a king. Everyone knows that the Olympians are kind of a big deal. They're the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the most powerful and respected gods in all of Greek mythology. But the Olympians weren't actually the ones in charge from the very beginning. That honors belongs to the Titans, some of the earliest beings in existence. Their queen was named Gaia, the goddess of earth. She lived with her husband, Uranus, and together they ruled over the sky and earth. They were basically in charge of the entire universe. No pressure or anything. Gaia and Uranus has 15 children and hopefully a large dining room table. Some of their children were also Titans, but others were trouble. They were the Cyclops, massive giants with only one eye, but the real terrors were the Hecatonchires, three even bigger giants with 50 heads, 100 arms, and not a lot to do except laze around all day and break stuff. While Gaia loved all of her children equally, Uranus was not a fan of his more ferocious sons. He decided to ground his offspring indefinitely by casting them all into Tartarus, a prison below earth in the deepest parts of the underworld. When Gaia found out what Uranus had done, she was furious and decided that he had to go. She approached her children to see who would challenge Uranus for the throne, but they refused it, all except the very youngest, a Titan named Cronus. Gaia gave Cronus a magical scythe to use in the fight against his father. It was an odd weapon choice, but Cronus wasn't exactly in a place to refuse help, especially the exchanged kind. Uranus always laughed when he saw his youngest and smallest child confronting him with what was pretty much a large farming tool. Big Bad Uranus didn't realize that the blade was magic until it was too late. When Cronus swung the scythe, it cut Uranus deeply, rounding him so badly that it severed the bonds between earth and the heavens, separating the two realms forever. As Uranus lay dying, he saw that Cronus would meet the same fate that befell him. "You will be betrayed, Cronus," he told his son. "Unlike me, it will be by your own child." But Cronus wasn't worried. After all, life was looking pretty good for him. He built a mighty palace, married the Titan, Rhea and had several children whose name might sound familiar. Hades, Hera, Poseidon, Hestia, and Demeter. These siblings would come to be known as the Olympians. As time went on, Cronus couldn't stop thinking about the warning from his dying father. He had become so paranoid about his children stealing the throne that he decided the most practical thing to do was to swallow each of them whole while they were still babies. Not surprisingly, Rhea was upset to see her children devoured by her husband. So when the next baby was born, Rhea wrapped a rock in a blanket and gave it to Cronus instead of the new bouncing baby boy. Cronus group did the rock right down and didn't think anything of it. He wasn't exactly the smartest god around. Rhea knew she had to get the child far away from Cronus. She took him to the island of Crete, where he grew up in secret. His name, as it turned out, was Zeus. On Crete, Zeus was raised by a goat, and he lived inside a cave. It was a lonely childhood. Goats can only provide so much company. After all, but it was much better than growing up inside his father's stomach. As he grew older and learned more about his family, Zeus became determined to rescue his siblings from their father's destructive trap. Fortunately, he had help. A young Titan goddess named Metis knocked Zeus inside Cronus' palaces, posing as a servant for the king. It was Zeus' responsibility to bring Cronus wine. The thirsty king had no idea that it was actually his own son who was serving him. One day, Metis and Zeus put mustard and other herbs into the wine. This caused the great king to feel sick to his stomach. Before long, Cronus was throwing up all over the place. He became so sick that he spilled all 5 of Zeus' brothers and sisters one by one. Zeus grabbed his smelly siblings and helped them escape. They were fully grown now and had fun catching up on their childhoods. I can't believe you guys have been living in that stomach this whole time. You were raised by goats? No wonder you're so weird. You really need showers, my dude. You all reek of stomach ache. And it wasn't too long before the 6 siblings had made a plan to overthrow Cronus. Still, they were a little nervous. Even though they were immortal and had godlike abilities, the 6 were still no match for the might of the gigantic Titans. They need help, and it came from an unexpected source. Gaia, the mother of Cronus, visited Zeus one evening and told him to go to Tartarus and free her other children, the Cyclops and the Hecatonchires. This would give the Olympians the power they needed to defeat the Titan king. The Cyclops and Hecatonchires were so feared to be freed that they presented the Olympians with some enchanted gifts. For Poseidon, a mighty trident. For Hades, a magical helmet that made him invisible. And for Zeus, thunderbolts. Okay, to be continued.